I'm J.W. Alexander Jr., and I served in the Army for 21 and a half years buying weapon systems, specifically, missile systems. But I was drafted, and I was sent to Vietnam in 1970.
Hey, my name is Lee Ford. Branch of our military service was with the U.S. Army. I'm a draftee. I was drafted during the height of the Vietnam War.
I'm Delilah Scruggs Mack. I served in the U.S. Air Force and I retired from Travis Air Force Base with 30 years service.
My name is J.D. Booker, J.D. Booker. I was in the Marine Corps, United States Marine Corps, and I served in Vietnam.
I'm Cleo Stubbs here, and I served was drafted into the Army in, I believe, 1969. So it was kind of scary when you had time to think about it, but there I was in Vietnam, in the Mekong Delta. So you step off the airplane and there are gun trucks in front of you and cages all around you and things like that, and the different kind of smell. So you knew you were not in home country. You go from a place where everybody was shaking hands and saying hi to you to expecting the bullets to come flying through and start knocking some of your buddies out.
And, you see a lot of horrendous things during that time, like after battle, you see bodies laying out like cordwood.
And then they taught us and indoctrinated us on how to survive and live in different sort of terrains. And you'd be surprised how your body adjusts and your mind adjusts to condition.
And I really found it hard to adjust when I came back. During those times, you never got any counseling of anything. They just processed the papers and told you to go home.
I know when I came back from Vietnam, it was kind of ignored. There was a stigma, and it wasn't necessarily a weakness, but it was a mental condition, the same as any other illness. And it was kind of ignored, and I had it, but I didn't know what it was. Started when I got back. And
what happened, you have so much stress and pressure on you all the time, because you remember the flashbacks and things that happened in Vietnam. You can't walk into a restaurant with your back to the door.
But PTSD is kind of a lost thing that affects you when you don't know it's there. It's almost like it's embedded in your psyche. It's because the dreams that I have now, I can't make myself not dream. I can't make myself not jump whenever I have pain, because you can't sleep, and then those horrific moments that come back that you want to get rid of. So it affects all of us differently. And the symptoms may be one thing today and something else tomorrow.
And I just left my job and decided to come back south, where I was from, here in Huntsville, Alabama.
And so after 21 plus years plus working for civil service, I found myself migrating back to farm.
I worked for a while with LAPD as a civilian, then became a painting contractor. And I was gonna come back and walk the creeks and live and just relax. And then one little plot turned out to be a farm.
But farming is therapeutic to me. I love to get outside. I've always been an outside person. I have a garden, I have horses. So I'm constantly outside, and I love it because the fresh air.
I sit down and do as much as I can do, and a little bit at a time. I donate my services to Mr. Booker because to me, it's not work. It's just like therapeutic.
Now, so the farming is not only a stress relief, it's helped you with your health too. You relax, get you off your isolation, and then you start communicating with people, you're trying to help people, and you're doing things for people, and it's relaxing.
It's not just sitting on the couch there watching television, nothing happened, but when we plant a plant, it's our expectation this is gonna grow. That we're happy to plant, we put it in the ground, then that's gonna benefit someone. Or if it's going out into nature, I'm looking at all these things. You look how free the birds are, look at the plants that's growing. It's that openness, that free breathing, whereas PTSD kind of confines you sometimes. And that's what we've done. We've gained freedom when we're out to move about and things like that. What we fought for is freedom to make a choice to do things like that. And that's what this does, is give you freedom to take the chains of PTSD, chains of the memories and things like that. It's a fresh start, it's a building.
I like to see the veterans to get out more and get out in the soil to see and relax and get your mind off of the dreams and the traumas, you know.
And this therapeutic farming, I think, would be good. It's relaxation, getting out there. I want to have it set up so that any veteran, so it could be maybe relaxing for them too, a therapeutic as a exhale and inhale to see what they can grow.
Now I try to put on workshops for veterans. It just absolutely turned out to be something that really helped me adjust back to become a civilian.
To kind of extend that camaraderie that we developed while we were there, and it's sort of part of us now. So we need to get with veterans now and then, do things and stuff like that. And what else would you want to do? Besides go look at the cows and go see how much hay you got and check the barn and walk with the dog and ride their TV. To me, that's living. Look how fresh the air is today. Where can you find that? The creation is so magnificent, right?
Easy, therapeutic. Dig a hole, see something grow. Therapeutic, man.